So do you know what defines a really good friend? The last time I was here, which was just a couple weeks ago, this road was completely blocked. I'm not gonna be able to get in there. Next time, bringing a chainsaw. I had a friend of mine know that I was coming today to fish. So yesterday, he got out his chainsaw, came up to my favorite lake, and cut all the trees out of the way for me.
You want to go fishing in the Pacific Northwest in January? You better come prepared.
James, you are a good friend. Thank you very much. I mean, if you remember, this lake looked a whole lot different the last time I was here. Check this out. This was not, but I don't know, just a little over a week ago. That's rock hard. That sucker was frozen solid. I was pretty sure it was gonna last that way for, I don't know, a month or maybe even more. It's mostly clear. Looks like there's a little bit of ice out there. Maybe a couple icebergs, but you know what? I'm geared up. I got lots of layers and I cannot wait to get out and fly fish. Let's get it set up and do this. All right, fish on. So I keep the Jeep running just to stay warm while I'm setting up. And I will likely be back here in probably a few hours to warm up. So that's why she's running. All right. Lights off. Let's close this down and lock her up. All right, let's go take a look at what I've got. So my setup today consists of my Outcast float tube. I love this float tube. It's light and fast, really easy to set up, and I enjoy using this float tube on some of my favorite fisheries. It does get a little cold in the winter sitting in the water, but as I said before, I'll probably be warming up in the Jeep later on. I've got a couple of rods with me. I've got my 5-weight set up with a sink line. So it's one of those sink tips that you put on the end of the floating line, and it's a fast sink. I'm just gonna vary my retrieve depending on how deep I want it to go. Let it sit for 30 seconds, or maybe even a minute to get down really deep. This lake is pretty deep, and I'm gonna try to get down and get to some of those lunkers that are down deep. And I've got something new. So this fly is called a booby fly. I have no idea why it's called a booby fly, but it floats. So the sink line sinks way down towards the bottom, and the fly kind of floats up from there, and it makes kind of this different type of retrieve when you pull in this type of setup. So we'll see if it works. On my other setup, I like to consider that my deadly setup. This works in winter fisheries, no matter where you are. This setup seems to always work. It is a squirmy wormy or San Juan worm. I prefer lately the squirmy wormy, and a dark, big articulated streamer. Dark skies, dark flies. It really does work. And I'm gonna show you how this fished underneath an indicator down deep. Different variations, you gotta experiment, but it is lights out when it comes to fishing lakes. All right, let's get out there and go fishing. I'm on the lake. Man, it has been so long since I fly fished. I usually have a few videos in the queue for fishing trips that I did a few weeks to a couple months ago. It has been over 3 weeks since I wet a line, so super excited today to catch a fish. And if I'm being completely transparent with you, I have not yet caught a fish in 2022. So this is the first time that I've been able to get out and fly fish. So I know you probably won't see this video for maybe a week or two, and hopefully I'll catch some fish from the time you see this video, from the time I'm recording it, somewhere in between. But I am super excited to fish this lake today. Thanks for joining me. Let's get the line in the water and catch a fish. So I am fishing today with the new Oros indicator. These worked great on the river, and we are about ready to see how well they do in still water. So I'm going to put this, I'm going down deep. So great thing about these Oros indicators is that the line goes right through the middle, and you just screw this piece on top, and you do have to get it kind of snug. Almost feels like you're getting it to the maximum amount, but these things are great. They don't tangle. So this is the first time that I fished with this type of setup on a lake. So I'm interested to see just how nicely they land on the water. And so far, so good. I mean, they just land so smoothly. They've got great flotation, and they don't do the whole big splashdown. Now, of course, my setup is splashing down pretty hard, but if you watch the indicator, I mean, it just sets nicely on the water. So you're not going to spook fish if you're fishing a little bit shallower than I am. So far so good. And you can see it's very visible out there. So I'm excited about these new Oros indicators. So let's hope now we can watch that Oros indicator go underwater and have a fish be attached. All right, let's do this. Fish on. Let's look out some ice. Yeah, still a little frozen. Well, that was dumb. All right, quit screwing around. Let's fish along the edge. Fish on. Oh no, fish off. Shit. Oh, dang it. I wasn't recording. I went to hit the record button and the fish popped off. Damn it. Oh, missed it. Dang it. Oh, that was a big takedown. I missed it. Oh, dang it. That indicator just went boom. I thought I had it. I even felt it with my fingers, and I couldn't hook up. All right, that's 2 big takedown misses and 1 fish on. Let's get it back out there, and hopefully he'll come back. All right, let's do this fish on. It's time for a warm-up. Let's get in the Jeep. My feet are like blocks of ice. Let's get warmed up and get back out here. Maybe have a sandwich. All right, see you in the Jeep. One thing I like fishing about this lake is it's small enough to where you can just paddle in and warm up. And I'm gonna have some lunch as well. And you know what I'm having? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I love that while fishing. Oh yeah. Well, we've had a couple opportunities. We've had 3 takedowns, 1 fish on briefly. I think it's going to turn around and I'm going to hook one here shortly. I think when I get back out there, I'm going to tie on, or actually I'm going to fish with my 5-weight that has that sink tip and that booby fly on the end, and really sink that down to see if I can get a fish to eat it. So let's hope that works. All right, gonna have some lunch and I'll get back out there. Decided to get the indicator set up back out. I saw actually a fish rise over here, so I think this might be the ticket. I drug that big setup all the way from the launch area to here, and not a sniff. And then I heard a little splash, and I think, oh, there it was. Oh, then I had a fish rise. And now I just had a fish eat. Oh, come back. That's 4. 4 missed takedowns. Fish on. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get the take. It's, you know, fish are about, I don't know, 3 hours apart. So, oh, that feels so good. So, while you guys weren't looking, I tied on a nymph and he ate the nymph. I tied on a little flashback nymph, like a river nymph, and he ate it. Sweet. Come on, buddy. Oh, nice little fish. Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful fish. Oh, sweet. Got it. Nice. Sweet. All right, let's get a nice underwater release. Finally, my first fish of 2022. A beautiful fish too. Well, that was it. That was the last one I caught. I'm frozen, I'm tired, but I got a fish in the net and I'm happy about that. All right, everybody, until the next time, fish on. I'm getting in this warm Jeep right now.